process for writing?
Mhm.
Because I know that sometimes it's easy to go sit in a closet and write for days.
Yeah.
But writing together, I don't know how that would work with other, I mean, I don't know how that works because clearly Wes is good at it too. And then also, have you ever considered directing yourself?
To answer the first, I'll answer the first part first, I guess. Well, the writing process was done over 2 years. And technically and physically how it seemed to map out was that, well, Wes was living in a different city than Roman and I. So we would do these long distance phone calls. And we would write every day on conference call for 6 hours every day for 2 years. And basically, I mean, I'll just kind of give you a non-linear, rambling answer, and hopefully it will answer your question. But, what we had when we first started was 3 brothers on a train in India. And Wes also said, he said, I want to write this movie with you and with Roman, and I want it for us to be, like I said, personal, honest, and I want us to go to India to write, and I want it to be an adventure. I want the writing to be an adventure. And it was. And basically, to me, this is the first movie that I've ever written and written with Wes. And what it felt like, now in retrospect, looking at it, and this is going to sound kind of romantic or poetic too, but it felt less like we had the confidence or something to dictate what was happening to these characters, like, oh, good morning, Wes, good morning, Roman, now let's see what we can make these brothers do. It didn't ever feel like that. It always felt to me much like these 3 brothers were really on this journey, and it had happened. And we were the 3 guys who were supposed to describe it and explain it kind of as best we could. And it was just as much of a mystery to us as we were doing it. And most of the writing process always would begin with question asking. And then we would sort of know things that we wanted, or things that we thought these brothers had happened to these 3 brothers. For instance, we knew, man, I think these guys get kicked off this train, but why did they get kicked off this train? And then we would say, well, maybe this, and did that happen? It always seemed like we were trying to solve a mystery or a legal case or something, and always, whenever we were stuck and lost, the push that we needed was always found in a story that had happened to one of the 3 of us. So it would be just like, Roman, what happened to you? And, do you have anything on this? And then Roman would just start talking about, oh, well, when I was 14, this happened, and then he'll say something, and then he'll make me think of something, and just a dialogue begins. 3 friends, really, just kind of sharing secrets, embarrassing things, dark things, weird things we always wanted to know, and it just kind of progresses, and you just kind of sift, or pan, basically, like you're panning for gold, though I wouldn't care to, call our ideas gold, but you know what I'm saying, like you just kind of sit there for hours looking for something useful or something that will get you to the next place, and then oftentimes it's the other person who sees it in what you're saying. So I'll say, oh, what about that? And so they're, wait, that could be it, maybe that, and then it becomes relevant to the story you're trying to tell about these 3 brothers. And so we would just spend hours in a room together, like literally hours. I don't tend to work like that naturally in my life, but Wes seems to have the drive of a billy goat. He just kind of keeps going all day long. And that's, and so usually Roman lies on the ground. That's his favorite way to be, is just vertical, horizontal on the ground. And I would usually be eating something. And then Wes would have the notebook in his hand. He'd be like the stenographer of the group. And we would talk, and then we would begin to write out the scenes. And another thing, just to say, I know it's long, but I'm just trying, is like, we would sometimes think, well, what's a good way of saying, just rough example, what's a good way of saying, where are those nuts at? Could we say this? Have you seen those nuts? And then oftentimes we just go, maybe we just say, where are those nuts at? So we just kept a lot of our real-life dialogue in the movie, and then the things we were trying to say, we just decided those were the things we were saying and wanted to say. Also, in the writing process, whenever we came to a fork in the road about omitting something from the script or leaving something in the script which would describe something totally perfectly, kind of tell an audience how to feel and sum up things, we would always take the most of it we could out and just leave the tip of it in the script. So in an effort to keep it sparse, fast, and also mysterious so that audiences people could bring their own ideas of what was happening in the movie and their own backstory and create their own history for the brothers. And that's been the most fun to me, is like hearing, I mean, that's the great thing about movies. First of all, it's just that everyone can come to a movie and they bring their life to the movie, they bring their week, they bring their day to the movie, they bring their drive to the movie theater, like just whatever's happening to them, and you sit down, you can watch a movie, and you interact with the film. And that's why, like, everyone can sit in one room, watch the same movie, and everyone can have a different answer. And one person can like a movie, and one person can hate it, and they're both right. And to me, that's the most exciting thing about art, or about, if you can call a movie art, or music, or painting, is just your interaction with it. And so as much as we could, it's always exciting for me to hear people create their own backstories and what they think. Like, in a lot of ways, I'd rather be asking you questions than you asking me, because you have the same answer. Your answer is just as right as mine, hopefully. So that was the writing process, and then we went to India and got crazy.
I think the other part was that he was going to ask you if you were interested in directing.
Oh, right, if I'm interested in directing. I am working on Braveheart 2. I haven't gotten in touch with Mel, but I'm trying. I think I want to learn how to do it, and I think what better footsteps to follow in than his, because he directed it and directed himself. So I'm going to go for that. But, well, we'll see. No problem. No, I'm just kidding. I would love to direct, but I'm sure every actor comes in here and says, yeah, I want to direct. It's like but it's true that I would love to direct one day, but to be honest with you, I'm still trying to learn this. And I hope that I never do. I'll never learn it, completely, but I'm still just so nervous and excited to continue working on films in this capacity. And I do like being directed, and I like focusing on being directed and acting in a film. So for now, I'm very content with where I am, but one day perhaps I'd like to direct it. Oh, this is fun. I want to answer every question. Can I? Okay, good. All right, let's see. Everybody.
Yeah, we can go. There we go.
Okay, so I caught your interview on the news this morning, and my question is, do you trust me enough to accept some brownies that I made for you?
You really brought brownies?
I did. I only brought 4 because I didn't have anything.
I'll eat the hell out of those brownies.
And they're not special brownies.
Yeah, no. They're virgin brownies.
Yeah,
Okay, great.
delicious, I guess.
Can I really have them?
Yeah, no. Take this up more.
Oh my gosh.
There you go.
Thank you. That's awesome. Yeah, Edie. My girlfriend, we're getting the brownies later. All right, how about these? I can't believe you made these. I'm so short notice. Little baker. Little baker. Little baker.
Hi. Oh, wait. Yes, I'm good. How are you? Good, thanks. I was wondering, out of all the roles you played on film and television, what was the most fun and or your favorite